Hey guys, excited to bring you this next episode with Pablo Tovar, owner and founder of Stereo Caliente Entertainment. He is the man behind some of London's most exciting events, including the Taco Fest, the Tequila Expo, the Seafood Festival, and the list goes on and on. We get into work-life balance, the challenges of discipline, of being an entrepreneur, and so much more. Really excited to get into this. Let's go. All right. Pablo Tovar, we've got on the show today, owner and founder of Stereo Caliente Entertainment. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect.
Right on. Good. Pablo, man, like super pumped to have you on. We kind of know each other. Yes. Not really. We met like years ago. I think I started a shop local app or some shit like that. And then and
some shit like that.
I actually have you still on my contacts like that.
Oh,
Ryan Shop.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Shop local. I remember.
Yeah, Shop local. Yeah.
It was pre-COVID.
And we met in Williams.
We did.
Downtown.
Williams Coffee Pub.
Yeah.
That's not there. It's
Not
like a Libro
right
Financial now on Richmond Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And you showed me all the business plan. And
I
all
did.
That.
So you're okay, cool, man. I didn't think
good memory.
Yeah. Apparently you do. That's good. I appreciate that. But honestly, just seeing all the cool shit you've been doing in our city with all of your events, like just super excited. I know Scotty is too, to kind of get into this and talk to you about it and just learn about what it's like to be an entrepreneurial kind of like event mastermind. You know, that's what I'll call you. That's probably there. You put that on your business card.
I like that.
Yeah. So, like let's talk about. I do want to talk about. I think we start here. So you're from Colombia, right?
Yes, I'm from Colombia, Cali, Colombia.
Cali, Colombia.
Yeah, the capital of the salsa.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So,
cool.
stupid question. Do you salsa?
100%. But it's funny. It's a capital salsa, but I kind of grew up listening to punk rock music and reggae.
Yeah, because you're a punk rocker.
100%.
Talk about. So you were a punk rock. So you were in a punk rock band in Colombia.
Yes.
Talk about that. From what age and all that.
Yeah, I started listening to punk rock when I was 14, 15 years old.
Nice.
You know, I used to go a lot to Miami because I have family over there. So I grew up also there with my cousins. And then for the love of punk rock, I started growing up. I started listening to punk rock. Went back to Colombia and I started a band. And I started touring in Colombia, and
so cool.
And I started doing concerts and stuff like that, and it was fun.
How did you recruit? Was there others? How did you find other punk rockers in the salsa capital? I feel like there probably wasn't too many of them.
That's a good point.
It's true. You go to alternative bars, rock bars, and you like punk rock? Yeah. The way you dress, and
fair.
Yeah. You're like, hey, you like this music? Yeah.
That's awesome. So what age were you doing that?
So I started the band when I was 17 years old.
Nice.
So I moved here. Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah,
it was a lot of party, a lot of concerts, a lot of fun. But
that's cool. And then when you came to Canada, did you come right to London or
to London? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been in London since
21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. No.
So why London?
Cool. That was
why
my
London? Why London?
How did you land here?
Simple, man. My brother moved first, and he told us about London. It's a good city to start.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, why not? At the beginning, I was kind of like, it's too conservative,
Yeah.
like Cali, Colombia, it's just boom. But no, I started loving it, and I have my parents too here, so that's one of the main reasons I didn't move from London. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
stuck around.
Yeah.
We're glad you did, because
I know.
I mean, I've heard about your events before I heard about you, right? I've been in London. I'm a London guy, and taco and tequila, is that right?
Taco
I love tacos.
Tequila Expo.
And I love
I know, man.
I love tequila.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Can you talk to us about, obviously coming to London 21 years ago, and now 21 years later, you're a busy dude.
Yes.
Your plate is full.
I hustle a lot to be here, and I'm still learning, and I'm still growing, and yeah, it's not easy, but I'm so grateful to be able to say like I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a full-time job, and I have like a bunch of festivals, not just in London, also in Oshawa, Kitchener. I actually have Kitchener Tequila Expo this coming Saturday. So yeah, man. So
Nice.
So
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were outside of London. That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool to hear.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've extended past London. So the on Scott's kind of thing, like how do you, I guess let's start here. Like, how do you think of these events? Like, does it just come to you? Is it based on your experience? Is it based on your network? Is it based on people saying to you, hey, I think we need a taco fest. I think we need a tequila expo. Like, how do you, because you have so many different events going on.
It's based on personal thoughts.
Yep.
Like I'm a foodie. I love food, man. And living in Colombia, believe it or not, tacos used to be like a high end thing. And I always love tacos. And simple. I love tacos. Why not doing a London Taco Fest?
Huh.
Simple, man, like that. Also, Tequila Expo. The Colombian Festival actually was one of my favorite festivals. And the reason why is just because, of course, I'm from Colombia and no one was doing any Colombian festival at that time. So I say, okay, I want to celebrate our Colombian culture, but not just party. It's just through food. Because that's the thing for me, like of course I had music, I had entertainment, but for me, I like and love to promote culture through food.
Nice.
That's my slogan. That's my goal. With all my festivals. Yeah.
Is food a big part of the culture back home? Is
100%.
Just sitting down with friends and family, sharing meals,
100%. Yes.
hanging out, having fun, just shooting the shit.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. I
Like
think
Latin America in general. Yeah.
it's part of the culture, part of the fabric, which I don't know, man. I don't know about you, Scott, but like, yeah, it's kind of missing. I mean, I'm French Canadian, so we have that kind of like, and some Newfoundland as well. So we do have a bit of that vibe, but I feel like that is kind of missing from North American culture, is this kind of like gathering around with family, with, enjoying food, like for hours, right? And getting to know each other. I don't know. What do you think?
Phones are away, right?
Yeah.
We're not, they're not like, it's something I think of often because there's some value in even just having the time with family, and we still get together with our parents and we'll go over and do dinner, and most of the time it's birthdays and holidays these days. But our kids are busy, man. Like we've got 3 boys. They play hockey and baseball. My wife and I have talked about like we just have to make it more of a priority because it's easy to not do. Like it's easy to miss it because you're just stuck on the wheel.
Yeah.
Hustling.
I have a slogan that I says food is culture, connection, and identity.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I use that. I started using that slogan this year. And of course, it's important. Any business, anything like family, friends, it's a connection that you start doing, So that's why I like and love to promote food.
So how did you come up with that? What made you think of it? And have you recognized or felt a shift and a change in the way you're doing things because that's been your slogan?
No, analyzing, just checking people, checking friends, and that's the way, and seeing other festivals, seeing my festivals, that's where okay, it's a connection over there, and identity, from where I'm from, also like, for example, Taco Fest, I have a bunch of people from Mexico, so that's the identity, they're promoting their culture, I had this year I have a new festival, it's called Tamal Fest. Tamal is one of the dishes, all dishes in Latin America. And the beautiful thing is every country in Latin America has a dish. So I did that festival for just one day. First year, it was amazing. But it was a connection with people and identity about that specific tamal. So we have from Mexico, El Salvador, Colombia, of course. We have Venezuela. We have Nicaragua. We have Honduras. So it was a bunch of same dish, but a different way to make it. It was beautiful, man.
Little twist.
Wow.
The twist,
That's awesome. Yeah. So, oh man, this is great. I got so many trains of thought and that sort of thing. So, Scott's from here. I'm from here, born and raised. And growing up, I think in London, maybe we had the Sunfest. I don't know. There really wasn't
Sunfest, Ribfest.
It wasn't much diversity. Now you have a big Latino population, Colombian, where like I love it. I love that. And then you bring all of these events to the table, and I feel like it was just like overnight. It's like, you know, all these amazing events, the Colombian events and that sort of thing. Do you find that the Latino Colombian community in London is growing and thriving? Like I love it.
Yeah, no, definitely it's growing, and believe it or not, it's a lot of entrepreneurs, like Latino American and Colombian entrepreneurs, man. Yeah,
Cool.
It's growing. To be honest, I wish that Colombians can be more united.
Yeah,
like more together.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, like, yeah, they're working hard, and yeah.
Do you find the events awesome? Do you find the events, the festivals, are starting to unite a little bit more?
Yeah, man. Like this year, the Colombian Gastronomy Festival was insane.
Really?
We brought people from Toronto, Mississauga, Kitchener, because it's actually the only Colombian gastronomy festival from here to Toronto.
Wow.
So
awesome.
Yeah, it was insane. Like now next year we're planning to like close the street because it was like crazy busy, man. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you sit here, you're a humble guy, you're very engaged, but how are you? You must be an absolute animal in terms of like work ethic, thinking of ideas. Probably, I don't know if you do, but you must have a team, I imagine, of people. Maybe it's just you. I don't know. But I mean, how do you do it, man? Like, how are you doing all this?
Well, it's just me. Like I run all the events. I run from the marketing, from the design, from applying for the insurance.
Wow.
From applying for the license, talking with the vendors, talking with the venue. So I'm at the point right now that I'm gonna start like looking for someone because I'm like,
do you sleep? You have a 1-year-old at home.
Yeah, now I have a baby.
When do you sleep?
Yeah,
wow.
So now I'm at the point that I'm thinking to have someone, but it's just me. Of course, I have employees at the date of the event. I have an extremely amazing team as a bartenders. I have the sound engineer is amazing, you know. But of course, they work at the date of the event, you know.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I'm so grateful to have those people in my business.
Yeah.
So yeah. But basically, it's just me waking up and going to the computer and like hustling here, there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
you just have
the definition of hustle and grind.
Totally. And that's why we wanted to have you on, because like, man, this guy can't be doing all this on his own. But sure enough, you are. And so good on you, man.
It's not excuses. Excuses to hustle and to be better.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah. That the entrepreneurial mindset, is this something that you would often thought of in terms of becoming your own, you know, owning your own business? Did you have influence? Maybe were your parents business owners? Like, where does that come from? Where does that drive come from?
So the entrepreneur comes from the family. Yeah, like my dad used to own a business back in Colombia, and also my uncle who passed away a long time ago. Like he used to own his own business. So it's always been in the family, and always been in my mind. You know, like, I don't want to be 9 to 5. You know, I want to be my own boss. You know, in the beginning, I want to be like bringing like music artists, but I never make any money. Like I used to bring DJs here in London. Believe it or not, I mentioned I brought Ipstar Rocks, Richard Bice, Alex Gaudino. I brought it here, but I made zero. I lost all my money
on the promotional side. It just didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Like, so.
But I imagine there's no real blueprint for that. You're probably just learning as you go.
Yeah,
I would think. And
100%.
Yeah.
So knowing what you just shared, you know, obviously you must have learned something.
Of course.
What do you think you learned from those failures, those $0 promotions that you've been able to inject into what you're doing now? Because the events now are doing well.
Yes.
They're well received. They're well attended. People have a blast. It sounds like it grows each year.
Yes.
What did you learn that allowed you to kind of build some success into what you're doing now?
Well, man, definitely I learned about not bringing musicians here. Like it was too expensive.
No money in that,
I try my best, and I brought a big artist to Toronto to Sound Academy. I know right now it's Rebel, I think, and it was a huge artist, and I thought it was gonna be amazing, and that's where I said I
That was the
sit,
one.
and I'm like, okay, I need to do something else. You
Yeah.
know, like this is not working.
Yeah.
My family is telling me, Pablo, come on, you need to change. You need to have a 9 to 5. You need to I'm like, no. So like, I said, I'm like, okay, I need to do something else. So the first thing that I did, it was like Latin parties, and I did that for 10 years, and it was amazing. So every month, I used to host. Organize an Latin party. It was different locations. I started a mansion, and then I went to other places, and it was a success. Like no one was doing. It was more like before it was Latin parties, Orlando, Valencia, much respect, but no one was doing like a Colombian style Latin party, and that's what it was my success.
What is it about? What makes it a Latin party? Like, what's the recipe there for that makes it different or unique as an experience?
So, like for more of the Colombian, it's like more like salsa. Now in these days is reggaeton. I'm pretty sure like reggaeton is all over the place.
Yeah.
But at that time, 10 years ago, was like salsa and vallenato. Vallenato is an authentic music from Colombia.
Okay.
So uniting all those music, all those genres, So that was the unique of the Colombian parties that I used to do, and it was good. It was great times. But I retired last year. I'm like, no more 10 years. Less the new kids to do it, and yeah. But I think I'm gonna do one December 20, just to do the advertising here.
Nice.
And I'm gonna do it just once a year, and that's it. Because people are asking me like, you should do one. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
For the people.
For the people.
Yeah.
So man, yeah, it was simple, man. I'm like, I'm losing money. I love music. Okay, I'm gonna start with the nightclub party. It's just hiring a DJ. I'm not gonna lose money there, And then of course I'm a foodie, and no one was doing Colombian festival. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the Colombian one. So it was simple. It was kind of like just following my God and like, okay, and that happens. Colombian festival 2016 was the first one. Amazing. I learned a lot. And then the second year was Tequila Expo, Taco Fest. And year after year, I've been adding.
Yeah.
And also, for sure, I used to do Pizza Fest for 3 years. And then like, no, it's too hard to bring vendors. No more. I used to do the cocktail show. No more. So I'm keeping in the ones that are super busy. And yeah.
So it sounds like though you're not just like, okay, I got this, and you're going to stick with it. It's like you're still trying some new things, trying to get better. I think you said that earlier, like, try to get a little bit better every day.
100%.
I love that. I use it with 100%. The kids I coach, right?
Yeah.
I said, that's our goal. And I just show them my hand like this, right? And I'm like, what do we got, folks? Just get a little bit better every day. Like
that much. Just that
it's
much.
Just such a simple.
Every day, man.
It adds up.
Every day.
It's just such a simple thing, but I think it's so powerful.
100%.
If you continuously remind yourself of it, right? So innovating, like you try the pizza fest, it kind of worked, but you know what? The vendors, there's something that just wasn't in alignment. So good on you for having the awareness to, recognize what's working, pay close enough attention to swallow your pride when something maybe isn't working, and to make the adjustment. I was actually on a call earlier before I came in here, and talking about, there's certain types of personalities that they're definitive in their mindset. They've made an opinion or, of something, and they're not open enough to consider that there might be a different alternative or another perspective. And they're just so stuck, and it's difficult to manage and deal with that personality. And I think in the entrepreneurial world, you can die on that hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one thing that I've been learning, man, is just like don't take anything personal. I don't know if you have heard about the 4 Agreements. It's a beautiful book that I follow. Not perfect because we're humans.
The 4 Agreements, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's
I've read it.
I've
read it.
Day by day, no, but I work on it. Like be impeccable with your words, be your best. Don't take anything personally. Stuff like that. And that book helped me a lot, man, in my life.
It's called The 4 Agreements.
Yeah, The 4 Agreements.
I gotta check that out.
Beautiful,
I just wrote that down.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds I'm a fan of the Stoics.
Yeah.
Similar kind of idea, right? Like don't take anything personal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard though. That's hard, right? Because
it's so hard.
You put so much passion and thought and energy into this from a personal point of view. And for it not to work, I mean, I think that's definitely something as entrepreneurs that you need to flex that muscle. You need to learn how to do that, right? To not take it personal.
And I have learned that because in the past, like for example, when we did the first London Taco Fest in 2017, it was the first London Taco Fest. It was insane. The lineups. It was at the Common Garden Market.
Yeah.
And the lineup went to all Richmond, RBC in the past.
Holy
all
shit.
that. So
you didn't expect that?
Oh, no.
Logistically, you didn't have a
I wasn't
plan.
expecting that. I was like, oh my God, London loves tacos.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, it was so busy. And of course, I was happy.
Yeah.
But then, of course,
the
social
service.
media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they killed me on social
Just
media.
because-
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Like, what a body van. Blah, 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 blah,
Really?
blah, 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 blah.
So did that hurt at that
And
time?
it hurt.
Yeah.
Took it
I
personal.
cried, bro. Like, I cried. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. And then like, okay, you know what? I'm coming back next year. Seriously, I'm gonna do it better. And look, right now, this is this year was the 7th edition.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that, of course, I learn year by year. I add more stuff. I remove stuff that I don't like. But I'm confident that we're doing a good job at this point, man. We're bringing like wrestlers, authentic food, fusion food, because that's the love about food. It's art. From the authenticity for fusion food. And mix it. That's beautiful,
Oh, it is.
So I think that we're doing a good job, and year after year we see the support from the community and also for other cities coming to London, So but at the beginning it was hard. But at this point, like of course, it's the hate, but I'm like, no.
But you're humble enough to recognize that, yes, there's some hate. There's trolls everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. We're not popular enough to have any trolls yet over here, right? So I think
I don't, not that we know of. Not that we know
yeah,
of.
no, we know. We just block those comments, Alex. I don't know. But you're humble enough to recognize, like, you saw the lineups. Like, you're also, a community member. Mm-hmm. You don't want to spend 40 minutes in line waiting for a taco.
Yeah, right.
So you're humble enough to go, yeah, these guys are beating me up and I feel like I'm taking it personally. But at the same time, you're like, I can be better.
100%.
We can find a way.
Yeah.
We can improve.
Yes.
Right? Was next year better? Yeah, but was it as good as the year after? Probably not. Right? Like, it's this humility. We talked about it earlier on our other episode, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a common theme, like humble pie, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
take
and
a
it's
bite.
easy to throw in the towel and say,
Oh yeah, it's easy.
fuck, that was too much. I don't want to ever do that again. As opposed to like, okay, regroup, shed the tears. Okay, have your moment. Okay, now let's move on. You've cried.
And it's
gotten
normal
through
to
it.
have that, eh?
Yeah,
Some people
absolutely.
think like,
Yeah.
oh no, being sad sometimes or being a little bit negative, sometimes is wrong. But no, it's fine,
Yeah.
for a moment. And
Yeah.
then, okay, move on.
Then move
Yeah,
on.
come
yeah,
on.
don't dwell on
Because
it.
there's
that's-
some lessons
Yeah.
in that pain, maybe, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I do love that. Yeah.
For me, it was okay. So our son was born a little bit early on October 5th, 2023. And as an entrepreneur, and my fiance also as an entrepreneur, we didn't stop working. So we used to go to the hospital, me and the computer, she's in the computer, of course, taking care of the baby.
Yeah.
And it was a hard moment for us, and
I bet.
but
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it was
Challenging.
hard for us, and of course for us we should stop. But of course we're entrepreneurs, we don't have a stable job.
What? Yeah, there's no other option.
No other option. So we continue, and of course, like we did some events. I did some events, and it went okay. We're like, oh my God, I should have stopped, but it's okay. So
Yeah.
listen, learn. It's
You gotta you know what it's and I've talked about this I think on our last episode. My parents, my dad worked for the government, my mom was a school teacher. They think this entrepreneurial thing is insanity. They think, shout
their
out to mom and dad.
generation- in their generation,
was never, it was,
9
at
to
least in
5
my
was the goal,
household.
right?
Yeah. They thought, hey, you got to get
Pension.
a government job, get a pension. And they just think it's nuts. But life throws you curveballs. I've got 4 kids, they get sick, whatever, but you got to keep grinding, man. You got to find a way. And that's just the reality. Like you can't, that's why it's not for everybody. I think, that this entrepreneurial kind of journey and mindset, it really isn't, right? And I work corporately, I haven't been an entrepreneur all my life, but you find it in different ways in different areas of your life, I think, and you grind it out.
So what new dynamic or challenge have you faced now? Because you guys have expanded, right? You're not just in London now. I think you said Kitchener, you got Oshawa.
So we have so the one that I've been traveling is the Tequila Expo. So we have done Ashoa in the past 6 years. Kitchener will be the 4th edition. We did Hamilton, Niagara Falls in the past. But this year I decided to relax a little bit just because the baby has been a lot for me. So I'm gonna start doing like other cities next year in the beginning of the year. But yeah, it's growing. Yeah. So yeah. What was the question?
No,
Yeah,
just like what, man. And you're doing this with a newborn, right? Well, I mean, it's a year. He's a year old now.
And your fiance's an entrepreneur as well, you said?
yeah, really well. She runs Sunfest with her dad,
really?
Alfredo Casha. Yeah.
Oh my God. So
have you been able to tap into that resource? Because Sunfest has been going on for some time.
It was 30 years, man. 30
yeah,
years.
since I was young,
years.
I remember it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So there's some
institutional knowledge.
there's some value that you might have been able to
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's good. I like that.
That is good. But it's interesting because we've talked about this too, is that like having a partner that understands that and supports that, I mean, my wife's not an entrepreneur, but she definitely supports this journey, and that support is what I need sometimes, or I need her to say, "Hey, this is a stupid idea. Stop thinking about it, or stop doing it, or whatever." Right? And I need to have that humility to listen to her. So
how's it like working with the in-laws?
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah. I mean,
dangerous
that could be
question.
challenging too, right? That could be. I guess you only have one answer on that one, right? Yeah, we'll move on.
That was my bad. Should have thought that one through.
Okay.
But I mean, we just had a father and son interview earlier, and it's like that there is a certain dynamic involved in tough love, pushing aside the family thing and focusing on business, and that needs to work as well.
Yeah, man. And we're also grateful because we have our both families here, so we had a really good support, man.
Nice.
So that has helped us a lot. A lot. Like my
you
parents,
need that support.
Their parents,
It's so good.
It's been great, man. Seriously, that's grateful.
That's
awesome. Greatness.
Yeah. Now, you're also into marathons. Let's just add that to the fucking fire. Holy shit. This guy's done like five marathons or something like that.
And you got one coming up in the spring?
February 2nd in Miami. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so you're going to see some friends and family while you're there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
100%.
So when did, and you're out at Backroads Brews and Shoes, I think, right?
Yeah. So I go there like on Thursdays. I used to do the programs, but now since with the kid, I got an injury too in the past year, so I stopped doing the programs for now.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna go back with the programs, but I go on socials. Good friends, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron, the owner.
He's amazing.
I mean,
those guys over there are
so
amazing,
good,
man. So
yeah, they're in West 5.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Aaron's so good, man. I got a few years ago. I was involved in creating the ice rink in Riverbend in West 5.
Yep.
I got some funding from the city because I was like, fuck, I want to build an ice rink for my kids, but I don't want to do it in my yard. So I got some funding from the city and built it in the park with a small team. And Aaron was super supportive. I think he gave us, some beer for the volunteers, stuff like that. Super awesome guy.
They have built like a beautiful running community there, man.
Yeah.
It's huge, man.
It's wild.
And the support, the positivity there it's amazing.
I'm more part of the beer community over there.
Well, that's why it's very
than the running
shoes, buddy. So you don't have to run. You could, maybe we could be on the sidelines cheering Pablo on. Drinking our beer.
I've glanced at a pair of shoes on the way out.
But talk about that, man. So the marathon thing, when did that start for you?
So I've been running for quite a while, but I used to do just like socials, 5K, just 5K.
Just 5K.
5Ks.
Yeah.
But of course, pandemic came, and as an entrepreneur, I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? So like, I start like, okay, I need to like focus. I need to like
get that mindset.
Kill the mindset,
positive.
and let's start running. Like
really?
Forrest Gump. Let's start running,
like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, seriously, man. I started running, and then like I started doing like more like 10K, and then 15K, and then like, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
And then I used to smoke cigarettes. I quit that right away.
Wow.
And then I started running more. In 2021, I did my first marathon with the pandemic. still, you know.
Where was that?
Here in London. Here in
Oh,
London
it
on my
was?
own.
Nice.
We with Backroads, we have a group.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I want to run my first marathon for my birthday. That was my 41.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
41.
Yeah.
And I raised money for CMHA. We raised close to
Canadian
$4,000.
Mental Health.
Yeah,
Okay,
Canadian Mental Health Association. So
You raised how much?
4,000, almost to $4,000, like 3,700.
Oh, shit.
Something like that. So yeah, so I did it just running in London.
Wow.
I create my own route.
Yeah.
And I have like a beautiful support from some friends from Backroads. Amazing. And yeah, that was my first one. No medal, no nothing.
Yeah.
But it was just a beautiful accomplish. So and since then, I've been like obsessed with running. Now with working, it's been a little bit hard. And I'm the guy who doesn't like make excuses. But it's been a little bit hard, you know, with the baby and with the business to keep consistent with my training or running. So I'm not running like I used to run 2 years
During
back.
COVID, we had a lot more
nothing
time.
else to do. So
Right.
let's run.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been a little bit challenging for me to be that disciplined and consistent.
Right.
Because I love those words. Those words are key for me in life. So I've been working, you know, and doing that and this. Actually, my fiance just did the Toronto Marathon a few weeks ago. I did half.
Yeah.
As part of my training because I started training a little bit for my full marathon. I also do CrossFit team hybrid. So I go there too. So it has helped me with my cross training. But yeah, man. So
Wow.
I picked up running on occasion from time to time. I did CrossFit a while ago as well. And I hurt myself quite badly just because I was dumb and I was doing it on my own and I was, you know, clearly.
it happens.
You still think you're 20 years old and your body's going.
Oh my
Right.
God. Like, I'm 44 right now.
Yeah.
Like, everything hurts, man. Like seriously.
But in your mind, you're still 20 and superhuman.
Oh,
right?
100%. Yeah. Even when you go out and like, oh, let's have some beers. And then the next day you're like,
Yeah.
3 days
Yeah,
of
that's
hangover.
not
I'm like,
as
come on.
easy anymore either. Yeah. Yeah.
But for someone who got into running and now loves it, how did you get through that hump of this sucks? Because when I have done some running, like I could today, I'm not in incredible shape, but I play hockey weekly. I do some yoga. Like I don't sit on my ass all day. Like I'm moving.
Active.
So I could probably go run 5K today. I would be in pain tomorrow for sure.
We wouldn't be doing a podcast next week. If you were
No, I'd be sore.
come in.
I'd be sore,
Yeah.
but I could probably go run 5K.
Yeah.
But the whole time in my head, I'm like, this sucks. Like,
Yeah, it happens.
you know,
It
how do you?
happens.
Because it was what I've heard from folks who do run is at some point you become addicted to it almost. You get
Yeah,
that
it's an
runner
addiction,
that
yeah.
runner's high.
Yeah.
How do you get through the pain of like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing
It
this?
happens, man. It still happened to me. Like when I run like 5K or 10K or half, the first 5K, I'm like, why am I doing this? No, seriously, still. But then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I appreciate running because it helped me to change my life. You know, like I used to party a lot. Not drugs, but I, you know, party all the time, going out all the time because apparently that was a social thing for me because I'm an entrepreneur. I need to meet more people for my business. But
I gotta be
that's bullshit. You know, like, yeah, there's
Not
other
true.
ways to meet people, not just in nightclubs and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
so I learned my lesson. But definitely running changed a good part of my life, you know, to be more disciplined and consistent. So that's why I appreciate running, man. And I still love it, man, you know, like, and yeah, sometimes sucks. Yeah, you're running,
Yeah.
you're like, why?
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, I got injured and I was doing like running with my business. And then like I got injured for almost 9 months
Oh man.
and weight and all that. I'm like,
Yeah.
so, but it's okay. You know, it happens. I'm running right now, of course, but of course, slowly. I'm slow running right now. I don't care. It's for my mental health, man.
Well, and I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that for me,
Yeah.
that was part of my, failed CrossFit attempt was because it's time too, right? And you want to be better. And again, entrepreneur,
Yeah.
play sports. Like you have this mindset of like, I got to do it faster. I got to do it better. I got to be right. And so how do you like take that humble pie again, as we talked about, and say, I don't need to break my own personal
Yeah,
record.
I used to be
here.
like that until I got injured because I didn't listen to my body.
So it wasn't until the
Yeah.
injury where you
Yeah.
kind of had
Oh,
the
yeah.
tough lesson.
Yeah, because I was just like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to set that up. I need to finish this on this certain time. But I don't know. And then after my injury, I'm like, fuck it. I just want to run because it helped me for my mind, for my body, for everything. So I just run for fun. So that's the thing that I have in my mindset. Is just like I run just for fun. You know?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there's a lot of runners that they stress. Instead of having fun, they stress because I have to have this PR or I have to have that. So man, it's just like have fun. You don't need to be the faster runner. You know? Just go out and
just enjoy yourself.
Well, and it can apply to business too, right?
Totally.
100%. Running is like life, man. It's like a business. It's like a roller coaster.
Ups and downs.
I love that analogy.
Recognizing the signals, like your body's telling you.
Yeah.
Because there's again, and sometimes I worry. The title of our pod is Hustle and Grind, but that's often what we've talked about in the past. Is it doesn't necessarily have to be full speed hustle all the time, because it could actually be, the opposite of what you need.
Yeah. That's good.
Sometimes you need to rest. Sometimes you need to refuel.
Yes.
Take your foot off the gas. It's not a PR, right? You got to think about, like we talked about earlier with the Spreets, the people, right?
Yeah.
Because if it was about the numbers, sometimes those decisions are easy if you're only looking at the numbers. But then when you think of the people, hopefully, you can recognize that, maybe you got to switch gears.
Yeah, the people, the community you're building around you, the people you're building around you. Yeah, definitely. I think that, that I mean, it might sound or seem like an intangible, but it's such a tangible aspect of being an entrepreneur, having that discipline, thinking to yourself, why the fuck am I doing this? Which I probably say to myself every day, why am I doing this? Why am I running a business? Why, but then you're like, oh, wait a second. This is why I've been here before. I can push through, getting comfortable in uncomfortable situations sort of thing. Right. So, I imagine you're probably running events half the time. Things are going left and right, not to plan. And you're going like, why am I doing this?
Yeah,
but then it's
100%.
like, oh, I know, why I'm doing this, because I'm making the city better. I'm, creating a community and bringing something really unique to the city. Yeah.
Yes, no, definitely.
What, I want to ask, like London, doing business in London, creating events in London. I don't imagine that that's just something you think of an event and all of a sudden you get the Budweiser Gardens, you're good to go. Like, what are some of the factors involved in creating an event? Like when you think of an event, how long until it actually comes to fruition? I just want to kind of dive into the mechanics there. I think our listeners might be interested. I'm interested.
Man, like I'm so thankful because it's been kind of like easy, like for when I started doing my first festival, I just approached Covent Garden Market and mentioned the idea of, I want to do a Colombian festival, and they say, okay,
Really?
let's do it.
Huh.
Like, okay, what the days? And these days, okay. Boom.
And they were right on board.
Yeah. For example, with Budweiser Gardens, now kind of a live place.
Yeah.
I was looking for a place to do Tequila Expo, and I approached the guys from Budweiser Gardens, and the guy at that time was Corey. He doesn't work here anymore. He's in the States. He loved the idea, man. Like, he loved the idea. That right away messaged me, Pablo, let's do this, and we want to partner up with you. So actually, Budweiser Gardens on Canada Life Place there are my partners.
Oh, cool.
And that's why I do Ashowa too, because it's the same company.
Oh.
And Ashowa love the idea of Tequila Expo.
Yeah.
And Pablo, we want to bring you here.
Yeah.
Was this?
Yeah.
So how many years in London now?
7 years this year. Was 7 years.
So before that, because it's OVG now, I think.
Yeah, OVG.
Was it
OVG?
Was it OVG?
It's the same company. They have changed names.
Global Spectrum.
Global, but
right.
it's the
OVG
same company.
acquired.
They had changed the name.
Right.
Oh, that's the parent company that they run. Well, I guess it's called Canada Life Place now.
Yeah, but the operations,
the operation is
Oak View.
Oh,
Oak View.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Back in my order
Right. Yeah, you would know
days,
that.
dealing with venues and sports teams and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So massive company, great organization.
Yeah,
I think they do a lot of great things.
So great with me, man. Seriously, like
Really?
because that, doing an event at Budweiser Gardens is huge.
Yeah.
And for me, Pablo Tovar, an immigrant from Colombia, coming here, did a Colombian festival, and then and then I did the Taco Fest before Tequila Expo, you know,
Yeah.
and Covent Garden Market, they trust because they saw the Colombian Festival such a success.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I want to do Taco Fest. Okay, do it. They trust me, you know. And
Yeah.
So you've demonstrated competency, right? That's
Right.
that's the other thing. You didn't start with Canada Life Place and Oakview Group, like you
I start Covent Garden Market.
right, or even
with
before
two
the mansion. You said across the
Yeah.
street, you moved
Yeah.
across King Street, right? You start at the mansion, and then
Yeah.
you go to the big show.
Yeah.
But you were able to demonstrate some competency. You had a bit of a reputation.
Yes.
The events have had some success, and so there was a trust factor there
Yes.
for you to partner up with the big dogs,
Yes, 100%.
right? And I think that's an important takeaway too, because you know there's so many of us, and I'm guilty as charged too. When I was young in sales, like I want to own the dealership tomorrow, right? Like, but there's a
Fair
few,
enough,
there's a
like,
few,
everyone.
pieces,
Yeah,
right?
I
There's
would
a,
say,
there's a
yeah.
few steps before you get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just recognizing that sometimes you just gotta get your feet wet,
Yeah.
get in the
yeah.
mud, you know, like get dirty,
Yeah.
and you know, learn some shit, demonstrate some competency.
Yeah.
And
Even sorry to interrupt you,
No,
man.
that's all right.
Even
No.
as an immigrant, man, like when I moved here, of course, man, coming like I have a degree from marketing and advertising from Colombia. You know, like coming here, like of course you wanna like, okay, I wanna work in the advertising industry, marketing, blah blah blah. Oh no, man. I used to wash dishes with dishes. I work at Domino's Pizza for so many years. Pizza. Can I name all those companies?
Yeah,
They're not
well,
paying,
we're
man.
looking for sponsors.
No,
so
no,
if
yeah. Well, all
Domino's
those
interested,
yeah,
I work, man. Washing dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I
hey,
did a
like-
bunch of like part-time jobs and work, you know, because I have to do it. I mean, and
Yeah.
for sure, man. You know, and I send this message for people who moves here to Canada and they just want to have like vice president or the president of the company right away.
President,
it's not like that,
CEO.
man. You need to like
Yeah.
hustle. You need to
Yeah.
work hard to get there. You know,
But I'm
and-
telling you, like, even as a non-immigrant myself, you know, funny story. Right across our studio is in Byron. Right across is Byron Automotive. It used to be Shell gas station. In high school, I pumped gas at the Shell gas station, and here I am as a business owner running a podcast right across.
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny how, but
How it works,
you know, I've done pumped gas. I've done all like I washed dishes. I was in
Yeah,
the
man.
restaurant industry.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to be. I feel that perhaps, I don't know, I might get in trouble for saying this, but the next generation might not realize that, and I think a lot of it is because you see these social media influencers and, you know, these overnight success, these young millionaires and billionaires making YouTube success and all that, which never really existed as an opportunity for me when I was young.
For us, yeah, no,
or for any of us really. So it's like, you know, what is that path to becoming an entrepreneur, like the reality of that we experienced, you know?
yeah, and they don't have it easy either, because there's lots of pressure for them to be successful, especially with social media, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't
Yeah.
know about anything because we didn't see anything. You know, I didn't read the newspaper as a 12-year-old.
No.
Right? Like I wouldn't be like, you know, at the table this morning before my kids went to school. My oldest, you know, he's 13 going on 14, and he's talking about the presidential election.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I was 13, I wouldn't have been talking about the election. Like it
No,
wouldn't have been.
fuck
I
no.
wouldn't have had access to the
No,
information. It
you're
wouldn't
right.
have been a topic of conversation. But he's on his phone.
Yeah.
That information is in front of him. So the exposure for so they don't have it easy. So we beat up on this younger generation a little bit, but it's not that they have it easy. But if there's anything that at least I could, if anyone cares to listen to the advice, is like, you don't need to know where you're going to be in your future today.
Yeah.
Don't let the unknown stop you from just trying shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And appreciate it. That's the
and
thing.
appreciate it, right? Like, there's nothing below you. Like, if you're going to go pump gas or you're going to work at the McDonald's drive-thru, McDonald's has a great training program.
Yeah.
Companies like people who've worked at McDonald's because they know the training is good. They learn some shit on the job. It's not glamorous. Your buddies might chirp you that you're working at McDonald's, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Try something.
I agree,
Go
man.
do something. It's not below you. You're going to learn something. You maybe you meet somebody, but you're gaining some sort of experience. maybe you learn what the hell you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I don't want to work the drive-thru.
That's just as valuable, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. What I really want to ask you.
Your mom's calling, Ryan.
My mom is calling.
Does she know your schedule? Like Wednesdays is our day, bro.
Well, I tell her, but maybe she wants to be. She probably wants to be a guest. Come on,
Sorry,
or maybe she's listening. Maybe she heard me swear on one of our episodes.
She's
giving me shit.
She's gonna cuss you out.
How dare you swear? Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. I'll get that later. We only got a few more minutes, so that's hilarious. She's calling again.
Oh no, we better. Can we
Right to voicemail, eh?
no answer?
Oh no, I know what it is. I'm supposed to bring my my son's fundraising thing to his school, and she was going to do it. Anyways, we're good.
Cool.
Yeah. It's an organic conversation,
100%,
right?
I love
Mom's
it, man. I love
calling. Hey, yeah, sure.
Hey,
What was I going to ask? I know what I was going to ask. So,
sorry.
Good, man.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Let's
Scotty,
get it
I'm
back
glad
on.
you're paying
Let's
attention
get
to
it
my
back
phone.
on the rail.
Okay. I can't imagine going to another country where I don't the language isn't my first language and starting a company. Like I'm born and raised in London, went to New York for school for 6 years, university, all that thing. Came back, had an immediate network, right? So I was able to start when I did start my business, have a network of people I trusted trusted me, that sort of thing. How was that for you to come to London? And I know you probably didn't start your business right away, but creating a network and then even being an entrepreneur in a different country, I can imagine had its challenges maybe, I'm just curious, what was that like for you?
Well, of course, it was hard, man. You know, like the English and all that, and meeting people. You know, and at the beginning of the year, as I mentioned, you know, like I was working all those random jobs, you know, and like no social life or anything like that, you know, and punk rocker, you know. And I'm like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do, you know? But like, I always want to do events here, you know, and I've been doing events when I used to do events in Colombia, you know, like punk rock shows and stuff like that. It helped me a lot to see what I want to do in my life, you know. So here, I started the same, you know. I started doing like DJs, brought DJs, didn't make any money. Brought like Latin artists, I didn't make any money. But that's where I started like building my relationship with people, you know. And it wasn't easy, man. You know, even I mentioned cool guys and everything, but at the beginning they treat me like, who are you, man?
Yeah,
you know?
right.
When I started bringing the first DJs, who are you? Pablo Tovar, like who are you, man? You know. And I didn't have that much support. It was really hard at the beginning, man. So I heard you, but like it's still consistent, you know. I'm like, I'm not gonna quit. I moved to Canada. I'm
love
be
that.
my own boss. I'm gonna like keep working and working and working. It hasn't been hard, no, not at all, man. But I'm happy, you know. I'm happy to say like I'm an entrepreneur. I'm learning every day, you know. It's not easy. It's not completely easy, man, because being an entrepreneur is hard, man. Because you need to be disciplined with your own, you know, like because you're your own boss. If you don't do it, who else is gonna do it?
Yeah.
You know? So you need to be
Hold
super
yourself
disciplined.
accountable, right?
Yeah. You know, like you need to be like super disciplined with your business. But it hasn't been easy, man. But what's easy in life, man?
Life is hard.
Life is hard in general, man.
I know.
You know, like
Don't pretend that it's not. We were talking about that earlier, right?
Man, it's not easy, man.
Life is hard, and you know, there's these overnight successes that are like a decade in the making, right? Or 20 years, 21 years in the making. It's there's some movement behind the scenes, and the matter is just you're gonna get knocked down. Get back up. Be prepared to adjust and recalibrate.
Yeah, man. And one thing is just also to keep your head like up. You know, like of course you have bad moments or sad moments, you know, in the business, but cry one day, 2 days, and okay, let's keep going. You know, that's one thing that I tell everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur. You know, like it's not gonna be easy, man. And you're gonna lose money or you're gonna do this bad. You know, just learn about it and keep going, man. Don't quit. Because
no, it is.
You know how many times I wanted to quit. Oh, my family tell me, Pablo. Even my mom, I remember. Pablito, you should do something else.
Right.
My brother, and I love my brother because that's why I'm here in Canada. And he told me many times, Pablo, you should do something else. I'm like, no.
man.
And I'm here,
Good for
and
you, man.
Of course,
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, so
That's incredible.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy, man, and I love London. Like
Yeah.
some people hate it, and because there's nothing else to do here. But no, man, we have the old festivals, like Red Fest. We have Sunfest, man. That they brought so much culture, man, in the past 30 years, and we have all the new festivals coming up. My festival, other promoters, man. It's something's going on in London, man. All the breweries, like it's going on. Like
I love hearing you say that because you're right. It
I
does
agree.
get a bad rap.
You just got to
sometimes.
look. You just got to be willing to try something new and look for an experience. Look for something different.
and it's experience here. Like we have good restaurants. Of course, we need more restaurants, but they're building. It's coming more restaurants, But we have plenty of breweries here, man.
Yeah.
We have like, good music here,
I know.
And do we need more music established? Of course, we need that, but I'm pretty sure they're coming in the future. But like London, 21 years ago when I moved, man, I was just like, oh, okay.
Thanks to your brother. This is where you brought me.
And I was gonna go to Montreal, man. I'm like, because that's one of my favorite cities in Canada. London too, but like, but then like my parents, so that's the main reason I didn't move. And then like, okay, like this is where I have my business, and I'm the person who appreciate where someone or the city give me the opportunity to like grow, So
Well, we're glad you stayed, man.
So
London
glad.
is my city, man, and I love it. I respect it, and it's been considered. Sometimes I have people in downtown complain about my festivals because they noise complain. I'm like, we're bringing culture to the city,
I know.
and it's downtown.
Guess
Come
what?
on,
Those people are going to complain
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah.
That's all. Those
I
are the
know.
kinds of folks that all they want to do is bitch and complain.
Yeah, you're not
I know,
gonna
man.
win
We have a
with
beautiful market. We have like Canada Place. We have a lot of stuff here, man, going on. So
It's so good to
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
you say that, man, because like Scott said, I mean, so glad that you made London home and that, we need to celebrate you. We need to celebrate people like you. We really do because,
Appreciate it.
you're making our city more dynamic and creating, just a better atmosphere, better culture, better community.
Appreciate
so
it, man.
it's really great, man, to know that you're here to stay and you're bringing all these events. So for our listeners, can you name the events then? I've got 3 written down, but I think there's other ones too. But what are the events that you do?
Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready,
So
Alex? Yeah,
we
some
have
notes.
the Seafood Festival. That was the first year here, 2024. We're coming back the next year.
I didn't even Seafood Festival.
Seafood Festival.
Nice. I didn't
All
know
about
that.
seafood, man. It was amazing. It was
Nice.
because of course seafood all over the place, all over the world. So it was
Cool.
It was cool. It was a good project. It went well for the first year. It went amazing. The second festival we did the Pickle Fiesta. We cannot call it Pickle Fest because someone is doing it somewhere else, and so they contact me. I'm like,
Fiesta.
I remember
so I'm
seeing
like,
that.
okay, I'm doing Pickle Fiesta. You don't want Pickle Fest? Pickle
Okay.
Fiesta.
I
Also,
love that.
people love pickles.
Yeah,
we had like
apparently.
almost 2,000 people. I'm like, and I printed out with someone who owns a pickle business.
Really?
And Daryl. Say hello to Daryl. Yeah, Daryl.
Shout out to Daryl.
He contacted me. Hey, Pablo,
That's cool.
have this idea. I go as a vendor in Toronto for this festival. I want to do this in London. Can you help me? I'm like, of course. I love food. I love pickles. Just have fun.
Yeah.
And it was great, man. It was like a sold out event, And
I remember seeing that and being like, Pickle Festival. And then I remember seeing that you were involved in it. I'm like, that's kind of off brand for him, but okay, it makes sense. Like I would go, I'll go to that for sure.
So that's 2.
Yeah.
We still have more to go.
Yeah, we have the London Beer Fest. So that's the London Beer Fest.
Nice.
So it used to be for the City Beer Fest from Aaron Brown. Now he lives in Toronto. He's doing great doing like trivia. He's amazing. And I'm going to say hello to him because he was one of the guys who helped me to actually follow the steps of how to create a festival here in London, like where to go. You need to go to AGCO to apply for the license. You need to apply for this insurance. You need to apply for this letter with the city. So I'm going to always be thankful from Aaron Brown because he helped me at the beginning, to see, okay, you need to do these steps to do a festival. I'm like, thank you very much, man. So always
That's awesome.
grateful from that guy. And now he's doing well,
Yeah.
doing like trivia. He just do trivia nights in different locations in Toronto, and he's laughing.
Yeah,
Crushing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's crushing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that London Beer Fest, and then I had the Burger Fest. It was amazing. It was just one day. I think we're gonna do it for 2 days next year.
Nice.
I'm part of the London Jerk Fest, Jamaican jerk chicken. Yeah, I know.
Nice.
A bunch of names,
jerks.
a bunch of jerks. But yeah, Jamaican
Sweet.
festival. And that's another one. And then I have the London Taco Fest, and I had the Tamal Fest and the Tequila Expo. I don't think I miss any.
Holy
event.
shit. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you are bringing.
It's almost one a month, really. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting close to a dozen there, like
yeah.
8 or 9 anyway.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
And we have a new project
Yeah.
coming up, a London Brewing Co-op. We're gonna do a few small fests at the co-op. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna announce it at the end of November 30.
Nice.
But it's gonna be cool because it's a lot for me doing festivals. It's because it's a lot of like organization. So we're gonna be doing like a more of a pop-up
Yeah.
between like January and April. So
So you're going to do that November
Sweet.
30th?
we're gonna announce it. We're gonna announce
Okay,
it
so-
November 30 that week.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'm looking at my calendar.
November
Alex,
30 Saturday. So
maybe we can say something here because we're not going to post this episode for a minute.
That's
Okay.
true, actually. Yeah. This
Maybe
will
we can
be-
help you promote that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
November 27th. No, so maybe what week are we going to launch, Alex? December 4th? That'd be too late.
Yeah. We can launch this earlier. Just promote it. Yeah. Here we go.
Do you want to tell us? We'll make sure it won't be before November 30th.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do three events actually. The first one is gonna be in January 25th, I do believe.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a chicken wing
All right.
pop up
Okay.
of fest. So
Let's
so it's
go.
gonna be chicken wing. So
Nice.
so that's gonna be one, and the other one is gonna be hot dogs. You know,
Okay.
and it's gonna be the season of the Blue Jays. That's gonna be in March, if I'm
Okay.
not wrong.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
It's March. That's the start of the season. Yeah, is that correct? Baseball.
Spring training starts.
Spring
Yeah.
training. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna
close.
do something
Yeah.
with hot dogs.
Nice.
You know?
That's smart.
Yeah. So the beautiful thing about all this food is just like you can find that in any part of the world. It's not gonna be
Yeah,
just
man.
one type.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And like hot dogs, man. Like Colombian hot dogs, man, is like wow. We put pineapple sauce. We
Come
put like
on.
chips on top. We put like it's so that's the beauty about food, man. That's why
Yeah.
I'm intense with my food
Yeah.
and promotion, because it's art.
Yeah.
And
Yes, it
you promote and you like can create so much beauty with food and colors,
Oh,
So I get excited, man.
yeah. No, I'm getting excited
Yeah.
too. I mean, I think
So
that's
yeah, man. So
Well, congrats,
if-
man.
Yeah, like if people want to, do they go to Stereo Caliente,
Yeah,
your website,
yeah.
to find all these?
my website, my Instagram is Stereo Caliente or Facebook is Stereo Caliente.
Yep.
If you ask me why you don't start every single website or Instagram account for each festival, it would be too much for me.
Yeah.
So that's why it's Stereo Caliente. That's where you can find all my festivals,
Beautiful.
all my running journey, and also I post pictures from my baby because I love my baby Emiliano. He's a
Good for you.
He's a fighter. And Emiliano, he's a miracle,
Nice.
man. 23
Yeah.
weeks and 6 days,
Oh,
and he's a miracle, man. He's
Yeah.
doing amazing. And
That's what we do it for, man.
also, Mercedes, I love you.
yeah. All right. That's amazing. That's good. Well,
All
Pablo,
the best, man. Keep it rocking.
Yeah, we gotta
hope
let you go.
we're enjoying the journey. We're going to continue following it. We're going to have to come check out some of these festivals
Yeah, we'll do
or
a
fiestas,
yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah, for sure, man.
an on-site pod maybe at
Maybe.
one of these things. Hey, we've been
I like
talking
it.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we could maybe set up shop at one of your events and
For sure,
interview
man.
you
For sure,
during
for
an
sure.
event. That'd be kind of cool.
Awesome.
But continued
Thanks,
success, man. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it,
bringing
man.
this all to our city and be well.
No, thank you very
Yeah.
much for having me. Seriously,
Yeah.
it means a lot for me, man, and,
Yeah.
and for my family. And that's
So
good,
good.
man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks,
Cool,
brother.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Beauty.
Cool.
Sick.
Woo. That was good. That was good for me. Seriously.
That was great. Yeah, you
okay.
did great. You did great.
Another great episode. Thanks for joining us. Please support our podcast. By supporting us, you can go to YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, go to our website, hustleandgrindpod.com. That way you can go and you can apply to be a guest. Listen to us anywhere that you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Apple, all the channels. But we really appreciate your support. Keep listening. We have a lot of great episodes and a lot of great guests ready to go. We're going to keep coming hard at you here and digging into the hustle and grind of what it takes to be an entrepreneur and a business owner.